begin the process of cutting into a 30-plus pin deficit.
We can start right now, working on a spare, and it just seems to hang the ball on that lane 32. Meaning it's not breaking as sharply to the right as it normally does, and he's missing head pin to the left. 4 horsemen now, right? 1, 3, 6, 10.
Oh, yes.
Made the adjustment that time. 2 in a row now for Dan LaPlume.
His 5th mark overall. Just got a bit of a crossover there, full on the head pin somewhat.
2, 4, 6, 10. No wood. Shot I think he had the very first frame in this match.
Nope. Turned it over a little bit too much. $8. Didn't Peter make this shot last week? 4, 5, and 7.
I believe it was.
There's a similar one, not this shot.
Yeah, 5, 7, 8. I believe.
That's right. That's right. Well, this one obviously was much tougher. He'll take a 9. The lead right now, 20. Halfway through. These two guys looking to advance to next week's championship match. Next Sunday at noon here on the Winds of New England. And again, just avoiding the spread eagle this time by taking out the 4-pin. And again, Saturday, Christmas Day at noon, we'll have our doubles championship match. Look out. I thought maybe he might get a little more action on that. And the 8, matching 8 boxes in the 6th. So the lead remains 20.
Remember, the winner of this week moves into championship week against Brian Crowell,
who will be making his very first appearance here on the Winds, but you've seen him, Dan, and you say he's a terrific bowler.
He really is. Another one of those youngsters we call. I have to ask him how old he is. He's probably in his mid-20s.
A lot younger than us, at any rate.
Well, younger. I'm not like the word a lot. Even though it's true.
Age is just a number, my friend.
That's right.
It's my philosophical nugget for the day. Thank you very much.
That's what I come here for every time, just to grab little bits and pieces of your knowledge, Doug. I just feel so fulfilled when I leave here. Oh, my.
Getting pretty deep in here, folks.
I think the truck out there is vibrating right now. The sheer thought of the knowledge we're just oozing through this microphone. Enough?
I think that's plenty, thanks. A couple of open boxes for Dan LaPlume and Peter Flynn to try and take advantage. He leads by 20.
And he'll have a 2-pinner this time to shoot at. The 3 and the 6 for a spare. Had a little bit of a drought here. 4 open frames the second game.
Nope, picked it off. Picked the 3 right off the 6.
Point in the match, Dan LaPlume has got to put some offense up, get right back in this match. Trails by 20. 22 now.
Well, he'll try the same leave again. I don't think the wood's going to be much of a factor.
Same two pins, the 3 and the 6. Chopped out the 3-pin last time.
What were the chances you thought he'd missed that twice in a row? 8 marks for Peter. 5 marks so far, as you see, for Dan LaPlume. Each bowler with 1 strike, and trying to carry that 7-pin. It won't go out. Oh, gave it a scare. And a 10. Crossed over that time, and look at that.
That 10-pin started to move, started to tip, and stood right straight up again. And looking at the 8 and 10. 2 pieces of wood in front of the 8, way out in front of the plate, too.
And took a quick view over toward the scoreboard. Let's see if this snap over. No. Oh, it snapped over, but way in front of the pins.
Now he's got that out of the way.
It's a 9 and a 109 for a 2-game total, 216 for Dan LaPlume. Peter Flynn working on a mark, already with the lead at 22. And looking at 2 open frames. 8 drop.
7 and 9 pins left.
There are good 8 drops, and then there are the ones like this, although if that wood comes out a little bit. No, Peter got it to stop right where he wanted, I think. Oh, no, it's still rolling. Still rolling now. He'd rather have it up.
He's got a shot at this, though.
Yes, sir. It was worth the wait. The 7-9.
Just carrying the ball off the wood into the 9-pin, and the wood takes the 7 easily, just like that.
Boy, that was full, too. Got away with it. 6 drop.
And another spare leave early with the wood angled the way it is. If he's on the 2-pin, got a chance at making all 4 of these pins. The 3, 2, 4, 7, and 10.
Oh, yes, sir. The 4-pin was reluctant, but finally went down. 3 marks in a row for Peter.
There's the testy little 4-pin. Falling down 2 in a row, 3 in a row. The last 3 boxes, all spares, increasing his lead now.
And an 8 finish for a 121. A 2-game total, 251 for Peter Flynn. Rather, 261, I beg your pardon. 131 is the tally, not 121. I want to take 10 pins away there. The lead is 45 for Peter Flynn heading into Game 3. We'll be back. All right, Peter Flynn. Starts Game 3 with a wobbling 4-pin. Oh, and he missed. Is that the first single he's missed since who knows when?
Since the last one. Doesn't miss too many of them.
Normally when he hits those single pins, they sound just like that one did, too,
Thud.
right? Smack right in the middle. Maybe it was the wood right next to it that threw him off. The 2, 4, and 7 with helpful wood.
Crowd reaction as that wood twisted in between the 2 pins. At first I thought it was going to be a kind of a roadblock, but
not now. Mark number 11 for Peter Flynn. Dan LaPlume, right through the center. I know this is a dumb question, but
You're going to ask it anyways.
absolutely.
Okay.
Have you finished your Christmas shopping yet? Here's 6 days before the big day.
We usually bump into each other, don't we? About the 23rd, 24th. Fight over that last pair of gloves. And
Better pocket hit that time for Dan LaPlume, and he leaves the 8-pin.
It's just tradition with us, Doug. We love the pressure.
I really do like the pressure. I have to admit that.
Right on it. Dan LaPlume matches a spare in the second by Peter Flynn. However, he's got to do more than match right now. He's got to throw a lot of marks up there in a hurry.
The runner-up in this match will get third-place prize money of $250. The winner, of course, will be back next week in the championship match against Brian Crowell from Marlborough, Mass.
Formerly from Stowe, Mass.
Oh, no for Peter. Well,
possibilities. I'd like to be a right-hander in this instance, though, with a wood angle the way it is.
oh, yes.
Doesn't make any difference to Peter.
He thought about throwing it right-handed, but decided he could make it left-handed, so.
Watch this. You can just worry about the ball taking off and missing the 4-7. Not this time. Great spare by Peter Flynn.
Dan LaPlume on a spare, hoping for a kick, gets it. 9-drop. 8-pin, same as last time.
Now he wants the wood to turn a little bit for him or stay out of the way.
Well, this could be interesting.
He's got room to get by. And he does.
Yes,
Very nice
sir.
stunt.
2 in a row.
Very nicely done.
Dan wouldn't like that ball, but he got away with one.
Got a good break off the head pin. 8-pin drop and just the 1 and the 3. Very makeable spare again. Make it 3 in a row if he could knock these 2 down. No.
Oh, turned it and didn't get the break on the wood. Could be a costly miss there.
Yeah, I was really making some inroads into that lead, but
A 10 bucks. We take a break. Peter Flynn in the lead. One of these guys is going to be advancing into the championship. We'll find out which one after we come back. It's Peter Flynn working on a mark. This is not a recording.
and
Another
again,
spread eagle.
let's see,
Second time he's gotten a spread eagle on a spare.
about the 5th time he's had to shoot at this. Enough is enough.
He's had 2 spread eagle fills on a spare, and he also had a spread eagle on his first ball on a strike fill that led to a 5. And this time he takes a 6 box, so that negates the effect of that mark. The lead is 40 right now for Peter Flynn. Through boxes completed. Oh, right back. A competitor, you say?
Let's take 1 box at a time. Peter has a bad box or a bad fill. He just forgets about it. He comes right back attacking those pins. There you saw it in person. Oh, boy. That was right in the 1-2 pocket, looked like, and leaves a cluster of 5 in the right-hand corner. 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, and the 7-pin. No wood.
and the 8. So he gains 2 pins against the 6 box. Oh, nice pocket hit that time and the strike. Dan LaPlume matches Peter Flynn's strike in the 6th. And Peter will shoot now at the 3, 4, and 7. And he's got room to angle that wood back, I believe.
I'd like it a little more of an angle towards the 4-7, but let's see. If there's a way, you'll find it.
He's like a surgeon out there.
I hate it when surgeons say whoops, though. I think that's what Peter just said. 86 now through 7. 47 pin lead, which you think was, well, it's pretty safe, but Dan LaPlume is working on a strike. If he were to get up and throw another one, you never know. Look what happened last week.
That's right. That's right. No, look out. Peter had 13 marks in his 396 a week ago. He's got 13 marks right now in this match. Looking for number 14 here on the 3-pin.
But he still needs quite a few more marks to get up to the 397 he was last week. And that's 396. That's because of the fills.
That's right.
As you mentioned, spread eagle a few times and 5 on a strike. This time, the 3-pin for a spare.
Yes. Well, he's marked every time on lane 31 in game 3, but not at all on lane 32.
I know Dan would like to mark right now on lane 32. Working on a strike. Got to hurry. Again, he leaves it to the left on lane 32. 4 horsemen right. See if he can make the correction, turn the ball over a little more, or sometimes just moving half a step closer could correct that too. No. Just 7 on the strike.
And in between for a 7. The lead, as you see, 43. How'd you like to stay off the show for 8 years and then come back and face Peter Flynn, first match back?
I was off 58 years and come back. I wouldn't want to face Peter Flynn.
Oh, great shot. Dan LaPlume for the spare in the 8th. Worth another look.
A glance at Peter saying, I'm matching you. Fortunately, he's 40-some pins down, but in defense of Dan, he bowled better than the score indicates. Especially that second game. He threw a lot of balls that looked like he was going to convert spares, but didn't happen for him. Again, Peter, just 4 on the spare.
The 3rd time he's had a 4 fill on a spare. He's also had a 5 fill on a spare and a 5 fill on a strike. And that's why the score is not up in what for here on television would be Peter's normal scoring territory. He's at 369 right now with 1 box to go. This is going to be the lowest score he's thrown here in quite some time. Well, Dan LaPlume will have a mathematical chance when he comes up with some strikes with these 2 opens for Peter Flynn. It's a 116 and a 3-game total of 377. So that means Dan LaPlume needs 161 to tie, which means it's got to be strikes all the way out, pretty much. at least for the next 3 or 4, anyway. And that will do it. 7 fill on the spare. And the 9 box, or the 9 down after the spare attempt. Now it's a 9 box. And we'll break away. We're running a little short on time. We'll give you the final score when we return. Peter Flynn makes it 2 in a row as he beats Dan LaPlume in the semifinals. We'll talk to the bowlers and tell you about our championship match and also have the bonus ball contest when we return. All right, here's a look at the final scoreboard picture. Dan LaPlume with a 10 in the 10th. The 3-game total 340, so Peter Flynn with the 377 and his second win in a row. Dan, admittedly not a normal Peter Flynn score, at least not normal for here at Park Place Lanes, but good enough for the win. No, not a normal Dan LaPlume score either. Yeah, I mean, he thought he hit some shots in that second game that he should have had, but he didn't. But Peter wins 2 in a row, and next week got another tough one. All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. But first of all, let's introduce Dan LaPlume. Dan, come on up. We have a check for you and a round of applause as well from the fans here. It's been a long time since we've seen you, at least up on this side of the cameras, but it's good to see you. Slide right in here so we can get you on camera. And $250 third place money. And boy, you threw some balls that maybe should have been with better results there.
Yeah, it just wasn't my day. It just wasn't my day at all.
Tough to stay away for 8 years, though, and then have to bowl against Peter Flynn.
Yeah, I know. I know that.
Well, you're going to have to make it a little bit quicker this time. Don't stay away 8 years this time, all right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan. We appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Peter Flynn now for our bonus ball. The high five from Dan LaPlume beforehand. We have $40 in the jackpot, and Peter's going to see what he can do about creating a match here. And let's see, they're still falling. It'll be a 9 drop. A 9 drop for Mr. Murphy to... Got a good feeling. You do? You get a good feeling about this? Good feeling. So much for your good feeling. Helen Mailman is the pick for 8 from Gardner, Mass. So Helen will be sending a gift out your way. And Peter Flynn is here with a special guest. Introduce everyone.
Yes, this is Craig Flynn, the coach for Grandpa's printing team.
Now, we noticed that he was like giving you a little neck massage between games and stuff.
Yeah,
that helps you, does it?
He's saying, you can do it. Come on, Dad, you can do it.
Well, admittedly, this might have been one of the lowest scores you've ever thrown here with us in all the times you've been here, but it was enough to get the job done.
Hey, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. I mean, next week's another week, and I got a feeling that ain't going to pan out next week, 377, but...
All right, Brian Crowell will be here for the championship, and we'll see you, too.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks very much, Pete. Thanks for coming up. High five. All right, thanks very much. And don't forget, championship weekend next Saturday. Let's set you up with the finals here first. In the championship finals next Sunday here on Stars and Strikes, it'll be Peter Flynn, our number 3 seed, against Brian Crowell, our number 1 seed. And we've talked about him a little bit, Dan. You know something about his game. Well, he's just one of those young fireballers that is a great Candlepin bowler, and he's yet to make a name on our show, but he's got a chance to. Well, that's next Sunday at noon, and don't forget, Saturday at noon, it'll be our doubles championship show, of course, from the Londonderry Bowling Center in Londonderry, New Hampshire. And Saturday also happens to be Christmas. From Dan and the whole TV50 crew, Doug Brown wishing you and yours a very happy and safe and healthy Christmas Day. And we'll see you next weekend for Championship Week. Have a good week, everybody.